Hey guys, and welcome to our first debunk video on the Team Skeptic VR channel. These videos are going to be on the fly and a little bit more lighthearted than my normal Team Skeptic channel. No idiot counters, no in-depth math formulas, just addressing the arguments and having some fun doing it. So for our first video, we're going to be discussing Phuket Word's video titled Flat Earth Physics vs. Globe Earth Logic. I think it's funny that they call it Flat Earth Physics because physics is physics and physics is universal. So it shouldn't have to have the denomination of Flat Earth. Unless we are talking about something totally different than physics. You know, like Flat Earth Physics. So let's begin.
Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. It's perfectly understandable for someone to come across the Flat Earth and be amazed, astounded, gobsmacked, and, you know, understandably find it difficult to accept that people in this day and age believe that the Earth is not a spinning ball.
Honestly, my first exposure to Flat Earth occurred just over a year ago. I didn't even know Flat Earth was a thing before that. I entered into the Flat Earth or Globe Earth debate arena by just answering some basic questions about physics and math that seemed to confuse Flat Earthers. I mean, with all the evidence to support the shape of the Earth being a globe, it would take a complete moronic misunderstanding of basic science and math to believe that the Earth is flat. But now, I'm not so amazed. My mom always said there were stupid people in this world. It just wasn't until last year that I realized she was talking about Flat Earthers.
But when you got these people who repeatedly come along with the same old arguments and assumptions that Flat Earthers are stupid, don't understand mathematics, don't understand physics, can't do science.
Well, Flat Earthers are stupid. They don't understand basic math and physics and still haven't figured out how to science yet. And as much as I hate to say this, the arguments against Flat Earth are right and will never change. At least not until someone discovers some new physics better explaining our reality.
And make hit pieces and take the piss and generally sit up there on their high horse assuming they have some kind of superior knowledge because they accepted the idea that we can be on a ball just because we look up in the sky and see other balls in the sky.
What is that? It's a plane.
I think it's a mail plane.
How can you tell? Well, didn't you notice its little balls?
Man, I love that movie. But yeah, we can easily see that all other planetary bodies are spherical, and from these observations, we could incorrectly assume that the Earth is spherical as well. But these observations don't actually prove that the Earth is not flat. It would just mean that if the Earth was flat, it's because it defies the known laws of physics. But it's safe to assume that the Earth shares the same physics as the other planets, and it is in fact a rotating sphere in space, just like all the other planets.
And refuse to think or apply logic. They all think they're applying logic because, well, it's logical that the Earth is another planet.
And like I've said before, it is more logical to assume that the Earth and the other planets all abide by the same natural laws of the universe. To assume that the Earth follows its own special laws of physics is not just illogical, but also violates Occam's razor. Occam's razor is a principle that states that given two explanations of the same observation, the explanation that relies on the least amount of assumptions is usually the right one. In the heliocentric model of our solar system, smaller celestial bodies orbit larger ones, and large ones orbit the sun. They all share the same natural laws of physics, and their motion is dictated by the gravitational forces present. The orbits are concentric and match perfectly with our understanding of physics. In the flat Earth model, the Earth has its own physics regarding shape, gravity, and speed of light, and each of the other planets has their own individual physics regarding movement through the skies, but appear to share the same physics regarding shape. With the flat Earth, the number of assumptions you must make number in the thousands, whereas with the heliocentric model, we need to make just one. The Earth is no different than the other planets, and follows the same laws of physics as the rest of the universe.
Or that it's been proven 2,000 years ago that we live on a ball. By doing what? By looking up at the sun and making assumptions about the size of the Earth, and then, you know, we're told this history of experiments that don't prove anything and can be interpreted in more than one way, but they take that as their absolute proof.
Well, observations themselves aren't really proof of anything. You must first have something that you are testing against before you can gather evidence for it or against it. For instance, if only one measurement of a shadow cast by the sun is taken, then you can use that measurement as an argument for both a globe and flat Earth, since they are both consistent with themselves. It's not until you make multiple measurements and compare the answers you get before you can deduce which of the models are inconsistent. For the globe model, the calculated circumference of the Earth will pretty much be the same no matter where you take your measurement from, and hasn't changed much since Eratosthenes took his first measurement around 205 BC. However, on a flat Earth, every measurement of sun height from one point on Earth will be completely inconsistent from the same measurement from every other point on Earth. Sorry guys, but the Earth's not flat.
But then not only do they refuse to think, but they actively attack, derail, confuse, obfuscate, and use sophist arguments.
Oh man, there is no need to attack, derail, or confuse flat earthers. They do that completely on their own with their own opposing arguments. I watch a lot of flat earth videos in my research for my channels, and the only thing that's consistent within the flat earth community is that they all refuse to believe that it is even possible for the earth to be a globe, even without substantial evidence to back their beliefs. And when you ask a flat earther what their number one proof the earth is not a globe, they repeat some Eric Dubé bullshit, followed by them screaming at you to do your own research.
And can never come up with they don't understand the difference between a calculation and measurable scientific proof. Now, it should be the simplest thing to do.
A calculation is nothing more than a calculation. It requires data to actually be put together to form a result. I think what you are saying is the difference between a predictive model and actual observations. We can calculate the next solar eclipse based on the model of our solar system with observational accuracy. I challenge any flat earther out there to calculate the position of tomorrow's sunrise using only a flat earth model. That seems like something that is fairly simple to do, and I'm willing to bet that no flat earther will be able to complete this challenge, but will still claim the earth is flat.
To measure down in one direction, in one location, becomes a different direction in a different location. But it has never ever been done. The simplest.
Oh my god, flat earthers are so stupid. Does fuck it even know what down is? Down in relation to our senses is the direction of gravitational pull. Just because you travel to the other side of the globe doesn't mean that your relative down was locked in space like a gyroscope. It will change according to your position on the surface and will always point directly down towards the center of the earth. How does this guy have almost 10,000 subscribers? I mean, that's a whole bunch of dumbasses who are stuck being gas station attendees for the rest of their lives. It must suck to be a flat earther.
The simplest thing can't be done. Yet they will argue with numbers and inane rhetoric. You just think about the physics of flying.
So I guess we are about to get a lesson on the physics of flying from the jackass who doesn't understand what down is. I'm sure he's gonna have a great explanation of aerodynamics without even considering gravity.
An aircraft is already, if you like, defying gravity. It's flying, independent of the Earth.
It's independent of Earth because its aerodynamic design creates lift, or an upward force that counters the downward force of gravity. It doesn't defy gravity though, because if it doesn't maintain sufficient lift, it will crash back to the Earth, due to gravity. Like I said, people who don't understand gravity really shouldn't try to refute gravity.
Now, if the Earth was spinning at about 1,000 miles an hour, and you're flying, imagine right here now, I'm flying above the surface of the Earth, a couple of meters above the Earth, and the Earth is moving. And it's moving at 1,000 miles an hour. It would just come up and smack you.
Flat earthers are so fucking stupid. This goes back to what I was saying about them trying to refute gravity without understanding what gravity actually is. Flat earthers say something so dumb, like if you left the Earth's surface you should be smacked by extremely fast moving wind. This just means you don't understand the fundamentals of our model. So why the fuck are you trying to debunk it? If the Earth was spinning at 1,000 miles per hour and you were flying in your jalopy at 10 miles per hour against the rotation, you would still be moving in the direction of rotation at 990 miles per hour. So the 1,000 mile per hour atmosphere would be moving at only 10 miles per hour relative to you. Phuket Word nailed it earlier when he said flat earthers don't understand physics.
But no, they still say gravity, even though they're flying in something that can fly at hundreds of miles an hour, they will still claim that gravity pulls you round.
Well, nobody is saying gravity pulls you around the curve. What we are saying is that the combination of your linear velocity with your downward acceleration due to gravity will cause you to orbit or fly above the Earth's surface relatively level. Take a fucking science class, and this time, wake the fuck up and pay attention. Well, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to smash the like button, click subscribe, and jump over to my other channel, Team Skeptic VR, and catch me making these background video clips live with my subscribers. Let me know what you think about the new style of video in the comment section below. I'm Father Skeptic, and I'm out.